Okay, our next video in our summer fun series, we're going to do some patio lights. How many of you have these fun little strings of lights on your porch or your patio? Or at least you love seeing them. By the way, if you really want to know how I feel, how this turned out, go ahead and watch my short on this. It's not exactly what I was going for, but it's fine. This is just going to teach you how to do glowy summer lights. And I hope you have fun with it. It's actually very simple. So grab your watercolors and your brush and your watercolor paper and grab a gel pen and maybe a black fine liner, and let's get to painting and watch what you can do. All right, we're going to start by simply wetting our paper with clean water. Mine might have a little tint of blue in it from some practice I was doing beforehand. And we're going to lay in our sky. I'm starting with some blue, and I'm going to add a little bit more to darken it up. You can do whatever shades and whatever colors you choose to do. For my sky, I am just going to use blue and red so that I can make some nice purples in there, and then a nice little gradient down to some pink as well. Just think of your favorite sunset. Sometimes they're orange and pink, or purple and pink, or whatever. You just do whatever feels right to you. And then when we get to the bottom, we're going to make it the lightest version of the sky. That doesn't look very light, but you just water it down if that happens. And just lay your color in there. I did lift a little bit of the color by drying my brush and going over it another time. While the blue is still wet up there, we're going to drop in some yellow. I'll zoom in here so you can see how the yellow spreads. I'm very sorry about the focus, but you can see it. Unfortunately, right after I did it, you can see it rather than right when I'm doing it. I do later in the video fix the focus issue. I'm still new here on YouTube, so I appreciate your patience while I work through all of these little details. I know better. I know I need to work on the focus right from the beginning, but I forgot. Anyway, just go ahead and lay your glowy. This is just going to be the glow of the bulbs. It's not going to be the actual bulb itself or themselves. Go ahead and lay those in, and we're going to let that dry and bring out our white gel pen. If you don't have a white gel pen, maybe you have white acrylic paint or white gouache, and that's fine too. I like the gel pen because to me, it's just easier to control. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay in some kind of light bulb shapes, kind of an upside down teardrop or raindrop, whatever you want to call it. I'll zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. But you can see I'm not being perfect with it. It's just this one's going to be way off center, and that's okay. Just lay those in there, and that's going to be the bulb of the light bulbs. And now I'm coming back in, the pen is all dry, and I'm coming back in with the same yellow I used for the glowy part, and I'm just kind of going around the white part that we just put in, the white bulb that we just put in, kind of just like doing parentheses around each of the white bulbs. And I'll zoom in here in a second so you can see the difference that makes. It just puts a little kind of shadow, I guess, around the bulb. It just gives a little bit of depth and dimension to the bulb itself. So just lay that color in there until it looks good to you and allow that to dry. And then we're going to come in with, I'm coming in with my Micron size 3 black pen. You can also do this with black watercolor or acrylic or gouache, but I like the control I can have with a pen. So I'm just drawing in little rectangles. And again, I will zoom in so you can see them a little bit better, but these are just going to be what we're going to attach the wire or the cord to once we bring that in here. But you can see they're not all the same size. They're not all straight, but we're just putting them in there, and you'll see at the end, it really turns out just fine with different shapes and sizes. Not really different shapes, but different sizes and different levels of wonkiness. All right, adding in our cord here, or our wire, attaching it from those black rectangle to black rectangle. And this is kind of the point where my subconscious took over and was like, hey, pine trees would be great. Honestly, I kind of wish I would have added, maybe a bench or a pergola. The pergola was kind of what I had in mind to begin with, but that's okay. Plans change, and plans don't always go the way we think they're going to. So I am just putting in very simple pine trees, starting with just drawing kind of a trunk or a suggestion of the trunk of the tree. And then I'm just dabbing in little branches here and there. We're not doing anything in great detail. We're just dabbing in branches that this is kind of in the background. And then I'm just taking a wet brush and pulling that color to the side so that it looks like, kind of the horizon or the ground back there in the background. And I'm just going to add 2 more small trees in the background here. And then I'll add trees in the foreground to make it look, I don't know, just a little more dimension. Adding the trunk, making this one extra big so it looks like it's closer to us. And just same process. You're going to add in the branches. I didn't realize at the time that this looks like winter. You're probably realizing that, but I didn't. I was just going on my happy little way and thinking, yay, pine trees are in summer too, evergreens, it's all good. So I'm just filling in, since I was originally going to have this just be a sky, now I need to fill in this pink part down here with some green, just making it look a little bit more like the ground. It's like some grass. Most paintings, I would say, are salvageable. Oh yeah, you can see where the black and green that I'm using for the trees, it kind of bled a little bit into the ground. I should have let the ground dry completely before I added this last tree, but I didn't. So again, we're just going with it. And I'm glad I stuck with this, even though it's not what I wanted it to be at the end. You can still just make it fun. And actually, it's pretty cute, even though it doesn't look like summer, perhaps, but I had fun with it. So just adding in some details, filling in some bare spots of the tree. So let's take the tape off, see what she looks like. And it's pretty cute. Don't forget to sign your artwork and be proud of what you did, even if it's not what you planned to do. I think she turned out pretty cute. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, I hope you will stick around, maybe subscribe, and see what comes up. Maybe my mind is going to fall and winter. I don't know. My plan is to do summer through the end of August, but we will just have to see where my subconscious takes me. Have a good one.